Hello everybody, this is Waldorf,
And Stetler.
and now is Battle Report 147.
147.
Orcs and Goblins versus the Warriors of the Dark Gods.
You know, this is actually one more than the last battle report.
It is. It tends to happen.
Yeah, it's amazing.
They get incremented by ones, except for the time when I skip whatever.
Yes.
Get the Lost Battle Report, and they
Exactly.
skip by 2.
And people pointed out to us.
They do. It was like, what happened to
Make
blah,
us
blah,
feel
blah.
older than we already are.
You know, there's one I never found. It's too late to go back and try to record that again. But anyway.
The WDG.
It is Battle Cry, Game 5.
Have you faced them before this?
I have not played Warriors of the Dark Gods in the latest edition.
I mean, as far as the new books. I mean, this isn't
in the 2.0 whatever.
Yeah, this isn't the latest edition, but yeah.
Correct.
Okay.
I have not, since they gotten their bigger rewrite.
So day one was a disaster. Turn 2 started off on a high note. So now we're going to WDG. Do you know where you are about?
Oh, I'm terrible.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in.
No, I asked about your placement, not
That's what I mean.
your overall game.
Yeah, thank
stuff.
you. Yeah, I'm. There are, what were there, 15, 16 tables, and I'm on table like 11.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So go back and freeze that screen if you want to see his army list.
Yeah, no one does. Warriors of the Dark Gods. So he had an Exalted Hero as the general, Chosen Lord BSB, with the Sky Wheel, Great Weapon, Thrice Forged Armor, Favor of Sloth, Luck of the Gods, Talisman of Shielding, and Dragon's Breath. 30 clan warriors with great weapons, full command, and a banner of Relentless Company.
No mark?
Nope. 5 Warhounds, 2 Wasteland Chariots, separate units, 5 Chosen Knights, Favor of Sloth, Halberds, Musician Standard, and a Rending Banner. And he had a Hellmaw.
A Rending Banner, interesting. Okay.
2 Ominous Gateways. Rending Banner for strength, what, 6 guys?
Oh, it depends what he's got halberds.
Halberds.
5.
I thought they're base, okay.
4
base
plus
4.
the halberd,
Okay.
yeah.
All right, that's okay then. 2 Ominous Gateway
I
markers.
just don't see many Rending Banners now that it only lasts for 1 combat.
I'll say this moving into this thing. If you haven't played this army...
Just for clarity, this is 2 additional Ominous Gateways.
Correct.
Not the Hellmaw can lay.
Correct. Yeah, if you haven't played against this army or read up on it, you should before you play it. Because this is a significant piece now.
And that's
Anyway.
different from other armies in that...
What? Oh. It's a big shocker.
Yeah.
So here we go. I've deployed my army. I want to shoot. I want to go first. I want to shoot.
Okay, so you dropped everything.
So I put everything down.
So terrain is 2 hills, 2 woods. What's the house?
A
Is it
building.
house? A building, okay.
Yep. And a fence over here on the far left. On the left.
And a fence for no purpose, okay.
Right. You can see I'm fairly spread out, but the only thing I've got way out here is the Cave Nasher.
Okay.
So there we have that.
Who won the roll? Did he have anything down?
He picked sides. I
Okay.
place first.
Okay.
Oh no, I think no. Sorry, we did
I'm wondering,
swap.
I'm wondering about the chariots.
Now I'm looking at it. He has placed the 2 chariots,
Okay.
and I believe he placed the dogs because I think we placed 3 each before we could drop.
Okay.
So I think he placed these 3. We'll find out in a minute if those dogs are there. Nope, that wasn't it. So he placed those 2, and then I dropped. So anyway, so he huddled in the corner. You can see his ominous gateways. There's one here
Using coins.
by the hill and one over here in front of this hill.
Those are money.
That's money. I've deployed my Orcs 10 wide on the hill. You can see all his stuff back there. That's his Hellmaw in the far right corner. Guy on a disc, or whatever that was called now, a wheel.
Mm-hmm.
And his big guy, big general.
The herald, yeah.
2 of the chariots and his dogs.
Okay.
And his big warriors and the crusher stuff.
Well, at least you only played with 1 herald.
So turn 1, come forward. And you can see they've, my guys don't want to stay on the hills. They've been falling all over the place. Boar Riders on the far right did the same thing. Swift reform, and they're moving 7. Redeploying off that side because there's tons of stuff coming at them. And this is the scenario here is scoring units. Is the capture
Okay.
the flag scenario.
Capture the flag. Okay.
So, and that's a scoring unit, and I don't want to leave it over there. The other ones aren't going to get out. But anyway. Go to the magic phase, and the get... What did I'm not sure what spell I got off, but the got the evil eye on my spider. I don't see any... Oh, there's
You
a
did
card
something
back
to us.
there.
You did something to the
Deceptive
chariot.
glamour on the chariot.
Okay.
There it is. Just to knock it down. So his turn, he comes forward with his wolves, dogs, just to chaff both my big units.
Yep.
And I guess maybe he attempted a charge. I didn't think he did. But anyway, actually that's dice. Okay. So he's guessing magic. So this takes a little bit of this one takes a little bit of
explaining. Back up and explain this a little bit.
So the warriors have the banner of the Relentless Company.
Mm-hmm.
This unit.
Yep.
And the way the Hellmaul works, that's the way these ominous gateways works, that the Hellmauls drop, is if you touch one, you can go into the gateway,
right,
and then you can come back out any gateway on the board, including the one you just went into.
Right.
And you have to come out within 3 inches of it.
Right.
So
facing in any direction.
Facing in any direction you want to. So what happened is these guys, he knew what he was doing. So this is like 14 3/4 inches away. So a 15-inch move with them will put them on the gateway.
Mm-hmm.
They can pop in it. And as you can see the effect, they came back out of the same gateway. The gateway's here under this guy.
Mm-hmm.
3 inches away. This guy here, the unit is 3 inches from there,
mm-hmm.
facing in any direction they want. So they've just moved 15 to there and another, 12 to there.
Yep.
So the first turn move of 27 or so inches. And he's in my army's flank. So, anyway, got that going for me. You can see the big knight guys have come up here into the woods. Chosen knights have come up here into the woods. Hellmaul is creeping along the side. And his big general and BSB are just...
His herald, it's not a...
shoving themselves in my face.
It's not what it is, it's a herald. Okay.
Going on to turn 2. I elected to charge with the Gnasher.
Mm-hmm.
I can't kill this thing. I've got no hope of killing it, but I'm hoping to go in and put a wound or 2 on it and make him think later.
Okay.
Yep. Force him to think later about where he leaves it.
Mm-hmm.
The crossbow orcs have no chance to get out of arc or anything, so they're just going to stay where they are and shoot. Yep. That way they're going to need 4s.
Let's get rid of some guys.
Hopefully thin them out a bit. You can see the Ed Bashers have redeployed to keep this unit in his front. Even though they can't get by there.
Mm-hmm.
But redeployed this way. Mages come back over to get in the middle of the group. And the Iron Orcs charge the chaff to get rid of them.
Right.
Over here, the spider came forward a bit, and Asher came forward. Wolf Riders are just going to stay over there and harass it, just by putting shots into it every turn.
Right.
So I got off Will-O-Wisp 2, ran movement 2 onto the general.
Okay.
And a big Deceptive Glamour off on the BSB.
Something's missing.
What would be missing?
Your Gnasher.
My Gnasher that went in and did nothing.
Yeah.
The Gnasher did hop in there. He got his impact hit off. He got his attack, some of his attacks off. Did nothing. The guy's got a great weapon.
Yeah.
So I got all 6 of my attacks off, and I was hoping to get a wound through to a guy that's only got a 4-up ward. Didn't get anything through.
Mm.
So that didn't work out.
That's how ward saves work. Ward saves work sometimes.
Sometimes they're good. Sometimes.
Yep.
So anyway, so there's the way it looks going into his turn.
So he's charged.
This is the beginning. Oh yeah, his turn is charged in over there. He attempted. Let's see. He attempted to charge. He actually declared the charge from his BSB onto my mage.
Okay.
It's only 16 inches,
mm-hmm.
and he's like fly 8 or something.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, I can't have that. So I fled. He failed. I think he failed to redirect because he does not have a BSB.
Okay.
He failed to redirect and came forward. And he is right there on the side of the hill. Oh no. Did he redirect? He did redirect. He redirected into, if I'm not mistaken, he redirected into the Boar Boys. How did he end up there? It's a good question. Yes, he redirected into my Boar Boys down here on the right, bottom off the screen. He's facing down to the bottom. He's not facing the way he is. Okay. So you can see my shooting, I think, killed 2.
Ah, that's nice.
That's, really wonderful. The Hellmaw has come forward. This big unit of knights have come forward. This guy stumbled forward to here. I did manage to kill off the chaff. Got that going for me.
But you couldn't reform?
And I couldn't reform. What did I not do? I'm not sure what I was. I was thinking on my turn, I'm just going to bypass this thing.
Ah.
And yeah, so I wasn't worried about it. Over here, the warriors surprisingly killed 15 of me. The 5 ran and he did not pursue, thinking they're probably not going to rally because they are at exactly 25%. So go into my turn 3.
You may be able to reform and get into the flank of those crushers.
Yeah, his chariot came forward, so on my turn 3, I charge it with the spider and the wolf and the boar riders. What I'm looking at this point is just hitting it and moving forward.
Right.
And just keep going.
Yeah.
The Ed Bashers are kind of trapped, so they go into the flank of his big lord. And that's about it there.
He chased you down with his warriors?
No, he stayed where he was, and just off the bottom of the screen, the let's see if I've got a picture of it. The crossbowmen, I believe, rallied.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, when he defeated them,
he did not chase them.
He didn't chase them, and he didn't reform.
And he did not reform.
Okay.
Wonder why he didn't reform. Oh, he didn't reform because he spit out this token out ahead of him. With the plan of going up, touching that, and popping out again someplace.
Okay.
So I've charged this guy in the flank, and I'm going to challenge him with the champion. And then I have, charge 3 ranks, big flank, and a banner. So it's combat res of 7.
Right.
Best he can do to me is 4. And he should do all 4, but I'll win that by 3, and there's a good chance to put 3 wounds on him.
Right.
And then my general can challenge him and hope my ward save holds up.
Yeah.
Is the plan on that one. Net result is he loses and takes a wound.
Okay.
So nothing.
It looks like the chariot stood.
The chariot stood.
Wow, how'd that happen?
Took 3 wounds. It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's a big. I don't know why it stood. I have no idea how that. I mean, I just whiffed. Over here.
Did it put a lot of wounds on you or something?
No, if you can look, I don't think there's any wounds on the spider, and there's two boar riders dead. I think he just made a really low check.
Yeah.
Over here, he's walked forward, stepped on the token, and spun around, and faced back into the center of the board.
Okay.
The chosen knights have come into my flank.
Those.
The other guys come there. His BSB is flown over here to the building, the bottom left, and turned back in to face the unit army. Like that. And he is also making sure he's out of arc of my other Nasher. He doesn't want me making another insane dash at him.
Yeah.
And we go to turn, and he's crushed me. He crushed me, but I don't think he killed me until the my turn 4. I think I held for 1 round with the big Ed Bashers. You can see the Iron Orcs have come forward and turned around, face back into the board.
Yep.
And we finally killed the chariot and turned back into the board. My Nasher heroes come down here to peek around the corner. I'm just trying. He's got line of sight to the back corner of him.
Mm-hmm.
Just kind of hoping he doesn't notice and leaves him there.
Right.
We'll see.
So you could throw another one away.
So I can try another one. But he did notice. You can see his
yeah.
popped up forward a little bit. So I can't get him. And this was the bottom of turn 4, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And he called it here. He asked me if I was going to he said he was not going to charge on this turn. So he asked me on my turn 5, was I going to charge with this?
Mm-hmm.
And I said, no, I'm going to back off with them and open the distance and keep things, whatever. Hopefully stay out of their arc. And he said, okay, well, I have no intention of charging this unit.
Oh, we missed you actually killed the chariot back there.
And I killed that chariot.
Yeah.
He said, I have no intention of going forward and killing this unit.
Oh, really?
He didn't want to engage it. He was afraid of the Iron Orcs. So we called it right there.
Okay.
And because of that, it ended up being actually it was 15-5 last game. Sorry. Ended up being a 16-4 to him.
Mm-hmm.
I told him, I said, so we called it here, and I said, fine, if that's what you want to do, I'm okay with that. Very okay with that.
Yes.
I said, but, the only thing, you've got the 2 war machines, because you can kill my 2, 200-point war machines that are back here with no issue, and there's nothing I can do about it on your turn. But
he's not facing the war machines.
Correct. But anyway.
Okay.
So we looked at this, and he's like, okay. But he didn't want to fight him, so I said, okay, well, whatever. Let's just call it, write it down. So we totaled it up, added up what it was as it is, and turned that in. And then I said, you know what? You should go ahead and run this fight.
Yeah.
So he ran the fight, and he obliterated me in one turn.
Yeah, his initiative's so high. So
yeah, his initiative's so high. It is everything else. He crushed this unit and overran back. Didn't quite reach the spider, but got to the point where, he was going to be on the spider the next round.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I lost this one 16-4.
Okay.
Yeah. So total of 19 points on day 2, but that's a lot more than I got on day 1. So there you go.
Maybe time to go back to elves.
Might be time to go back to elves. The one thing I will say is these tokens and the infernal gateways or whatever these things are called are very good. Now that I know what you can do with them, because they have to be deployed. The markers that you buy have to be deployed before troop setup.
Right.
They're the first thing that goes down.
And they have to
after
be
you
deployed,
pick
and they
sides.
can't be deployed in your area. So
They can't be deployed in my area, but the big thing is that if you see them and know where they are, you can somewhat deal with them.
yeah, well, it gives. I mean, if people want to play with these infantry blocks, it gives them the ability really to get them all the way forward, so they're in position.
Right, and if you
on
get,
turn
like I
2.
said, if you catch a guy unsuspecting,
Yeah.
it's great. And then I was telling we talked a little bit about it after.
Well, even if you are suspecting, it's kind of hard to. You can't stop unless you stick a unit on top of it so they can't deploy. But then you're going to get charged. So.
Oh, I'm sorry. This scenario was breakthrough.
Oh, okay.
That's what I'm thinking. This scenario was breakthrough because that's why the Boar Boys are headed all the way back here.
Oh, okay.
So, we judged that, it was going to be a push.
Yeah.
But anyway, because I was happy because otherwise he comes forward, crushes me,
Right. It'd be a 20-0.
and it'd be a 20.
Yeah.
But anyway, we talked about it after the game, and I was asking him, well, why didn't he with this thing on the first turn drop one here, somewhere back in here, so that way one of these units, or even his chariot or anything, can pop through and come back here and deal with anything little I have as a breakthrough.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's a lot of functionality in these things.
Oh, there is, because they can lay one every turn. So.
Right, but they can only have a total of 4 on the board.
Yeah.
But, like this one you could pick up at any time. these guys, when they popped into this one, could have popped in, could have come back 3 inches off this one and been out here,
Right.
ready to hit my spider in the flank. That was the turn it was fighting that stupid chariot. It's entirely possible.
I'd be a little careful because then you just leave them in the dust because they are infantry. But yeah, no, they can pop. You can do a lot of crazy things with the movement phase.
Yeah. Like I said, I need to see it a lot more before I call it broken or anything or useful or whatever.
Yeah, I think it's a bit much myself, but
it just looks really good from what I've seen so far.
Yeah.
And of course, it caught me unaware because I had no idea.
Right.
And kind of glazed.
Well, if you kill the beastie, they go away.
If I kill this beast, they go away. Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you can see my shooting's done almost nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been shooting at these guys, and they have two wounds on them.
Right.
And that's with the Git launchers. So
Some bad luck too.
yeah, but yeah, I had some moments. I mean, not obliterating that chariot in the first round was just ridiculous. Again, I would have liked to have put a wound or two on him.
I thought you had a chance
with
to
my Nasher.
reform when you had your Black Orcs and be on the flank of these guys and then charge them on your turn. Chosen Knights.
Definitely wouldn't have been in their flank.
It just looked like it from the photo.
Okay. I mean, I could have charged the guys, killed them, and then reformed this way, and then it would have been his turn. So he could have reacted to me and gotten the front to me. But yeah, at this point, I was just trying to open the distance because I knew the Ed Bashers were gone.
Yeah.
And I was just going to see what happened.
No, they got engulfed.
They did. Anyway, so that does it for that. Yeah. Thanks for listening.
Till next time.